Burger King too.
Wow.
Because of sleep. You see me today, you just like, boy, you already motherfucker. So yeah. That was my cousin though. Got the figure. Had to let him know he slapped me in the Burger King. I said, come on outside. I like your quarter, please, man.
You see that, John? Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father. Yahushai is the Son of the Living Power, which these are the true names of the Most High God, His Son. Right, this lesson is going to be basically concerning the word pilgrimage. Right, the word pilgrimage. Right, because that's what we are. Right, we're in a temporary place. This is not our home, if you will. This earth is not our home. We have no inheritance amongst the nations. We have no inheritance with this world, with this earth. You know, that's why we're put low in this society, etc. We're cursed amongst the nations. But ultimately, our home is Zion, Mount Zion, the kingdom of Yasha'Allah, which the world calls the kingdom of heaven. You know, but it is the kingdom of Yasha'Allah, which is ultimately the kingdom of Yahushai. That's our home, and that's our certain dwelling place. Right? This place that we're in now, this earth, is going to pass away. The rulerships and the powers of this earth is going to pass away. And then shall a new earth be ushered in, if you will. And that shall be our possession. That's where our inheritance is, if you will. Which, to start off this lesson, I'm going to get the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 57. It says, and it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Yahushua said unto him, foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. Yeah, because ultimately, Yahushua knew that this is not his, this earth is not his certain dwelling place. His kingdom is not of this world. His kingdom is not in this world. Right, Yahushua's home was with the Father in the heavens on his throne. So Yahushua, he himself was somewhat a pilgrim on earth. No, because Yahushua, he came down from the heavens. You know, and he did miracles, and he finished his work. That was the work that was given to him. He did his Father's business. You know, preaching the gospel, healing the sick, healing the wounded. You know, he did his work. He laid down his life. You know, he got slew upon a cross. That was his work, and he finished it. And what happened after his resurrection? He went back to the Father. So really, this earth is a temporary state. It's momentary. You know, which takes me to the word strangers. Which when you go into that word strangers, in one of the scriptures, I don't know the Greek word, by heart, but it's from a Greek word which means, basically passing the time. In fact, I actually got a laptop right here I want to use real quick. So let's go into the word strangers real quick. Right, going to the word strangers, it means archon.
Strong's G 3941. Padre Gus.
So that word stranger in First Peter chapter 2 verse 11, that word stranger comes from the Greek word parokos, which means one who lives on the earth as a stranger, a sojourner on the earth, or it says also one of the meanings, it says of Christians whose home is heaven. Right, so we have our home is not of this world. Our kingdom is not of this world. Right, we had a land, but now our enemies dwell in the land of Jerusalem. That was our dwelling place. That was our native home. But because of our wickedness, the Lord, brought forth enemies upon us, or brought enemies upon us and took our lands. Now they divided, or they divide the land amongst themselves, man. And it's a prophecy in the book of Luke, chapter 21, where the Gentiles shall tread down the land of Jerusalem. So, and that was our home, that was our native land. But ultimately, that had to be, so we have no home. But truly our home, our kingdom is the kingdom of Yasha Allah. Right now, this is just, this earth is just where we sojourn at. This is our temporary stay, if you will. So going back to Luke chapter 9 verse 58, it says, and Yahushua said unto him, foxes have holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. So Yahushua had no certain abode, if you will. Yahushua was somewhat a pilgrim, a sojourner. His real abode was the kingdom of heaven, was the heavens, man, with the Father. Now going to the word pilgrim in 1 Peter chapter 11, the word pilgrim comes from the Greek word
Strong's G 3927. Padre Didymus.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but the Greek word meaning what? In the New Testament, it says, in the New Testament, it's a metaphor in reference to heaven as the native country, one who sojourns on earth. So ultimately, the kingdom of Yasha Allah is our native country, is our native land. our kingdom. That's where we shall possess our inheritance. You know? So Yahushua knew that he is a pilgrim here on this earth. You know? Yahushua's kingdom is not of this world. It's of the world to come. You know? Continue reading, it says, verse 59, it says, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. So let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras real quick. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 59, it says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Yeah, because, you know, this is not our world. We don't possess an inheritance with the nations, the world. We have no part with them. Our inheritance is in the world to come, where the elect will be joint heirs with Mashiach Yahushua. You know? In the city of truth, man. You know, it says, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Yeah, Esdras said this, man. He was asking this question. Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? You know, why we are given to the hand of our enemies. You know? Why we die like princes, man. You know, etc. Why do we go into captivity, etc.? Why? Because ultimately, this is not our world. Yeah, that's the highlight of this video. It says, how long shall this endure? Yeah, how long shall this continue? You know, when do we receive our inheritance? When do we go home, if you will? Well, I'm ready to bring out the scripture. 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 1. It says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night of four. The nights of four. And he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put this case, the entrance with a narrow and like a river. This the point where it says, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? Verse 6, it says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and it's full of good things. So ultimately, there's an entrance, a narrow entrance, which when you come to the only way in getting the kingdom of Yasha Allah and receiving the kingdom of Yasha Allah is or inheriting it, you know, inheriting salvation, kingdom of Yasha Allah, is by what? Coming into this truth, right? Which is a straight and narrow path, full of difficulties, if you will. And if you endure to the end this truth, you shall receive this kingdom. It says, verse 7, it says, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there was a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. So there's a small, narrow entrance to this broad place. There's fire on this hand and water on this hand. And you have to, and it's a dangerous place. You can fall on the left-hand side, or you can fall on the right-hand side. But the only way you could receive that broad land full of good things, which is symbolic for the kingdom, is if you go therein. They're in the entrance, man. Which is a difficult entrance, man. Full of dangers. Right? It says, verse 9. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, yeah, that's our inheritance, the kingdom of Yasha'Allah. It says, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Yeah, so the only way you're going to receive that kingdom of Israel, the only way you're going to receive that kingdom is if you go in that entrance, man. If you come into this truth. Which when you come into this truth, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. You know? It says, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so, also is Israel's portion. So our inheritance is in the other world, in a world that cometh after this world. And the only way to receive that kingdom is if you come into this truth and endure it to the end. Right, we are pilgrims on earth. You know, our kingdom is the kingdom of Yasha'Allah. You know, in fact, let's go to the book of St. John. St. John chapter 14, verse 1. It says, let not your hearts be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me. It says, verse 2, it says, in my Father's house are many mansions. And this is what Yahushua said. That's what Yahushua said. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. So Yahushua went to prepare a place for us, man. Right? So in the kingdom of Yasha'Allah shall be many mansions. That's our home. In the kingdom of Yasha'Allah, which the world calls the kingdom of heaven, there are many mansions, many homes for the elect. And it's not going to be like the mansions of this world. It's going to be much greater. It says, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again. So Yahushua went and prepared a place for us, man. In the kingdom of Yasha'Allah, man. You know? And he's going to come and bring us to this place. It says, I will come again and receive you unto myself. Yeah, when Yahushua come back at his appearing, the second coming, well, he's going to gather the elect. He's going to command his angels to gather the elect. You know, it says, and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know. You know? So, we know where Yahushua went. Yahushua went up there to the Father, to the heavens. Yahushua sat down on his Father's throne in the kingdom of in the heavens, man. Which ultimately, the heavens is the Lord's throne. You know? So, let's get this real quick. I mean, could really close off on that. You know, Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in his truth. And all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.